everyone, it's Heather, and today I wanted to share with you guys how I started to channel. What and all the process and everything I went through when I first started doing the channeling to the Pleiadians. Alright, it was back in 2013 actually that I first started channeling the Pleiadians. So I'm going to be honest. Um, this story I'm going to tell you, I don't want to scare anyone. Channeling, I believe channeling is our way of talking to the Pleiadians or other, um, good, other good aliens out there. Like the Arcturians or, um, I think what they're called, Lyrians, the cat-like people. There are really good, benevolent beings out there who want to offer us wisdom. And like the Pleiadians who have chosen to help humanity evolve and kind of get us out of this third dimension, uh, this kind of sad state of how we live, right now on this planet. Um, so this is what happened to me. Um, First of all, I wasn't raised as a religious person in the church or anything. My mother, however, was raised Catholic, and if she had it her way, she would have also raised me Catholic, but my dad was against it. Um, and I actually am kind of thankful for that. I've been to so many different churches in my life. I have been to a Catholic church. I've gone to Catholic Mass with my mom. Um, I've just never done confession. I did the whole communion thing where you drink the wine and the bread and all that stuff. I've done that. I've been to a Lutheran church. I've been to a Baptist church. I've been to non-denominational, Third Reformed Church of Christ, whatever. They got all those churches out there. And, I would be honest, I've never felt right going to church. Now, some out there might think like I'm being misled and, oh, I better start going to church now, reading my Bible. I've read the Bible, I've done Bible studies, I've even gone to I went to a religious college for 2 years where they made you take a class on the whole entire Bible. There were like two, Bible 1 and Bible 2 type classes. You just go through the whole Bible, and it was kind of interesting where we would read, like we started at, Genesis and move on from there, and like we'd read stuff, and then the teacher would want us to analyze it. It was so much fun to analyze the Bible. And so I've had my experience with Christianity. I know what Christianity has to offer, and I've never been. I mean, I think I've learned everything I had to about the religion, and I'm not going to sit here and say that you shouldn't go to church or read the Bible. It's every individual's choice. You need to learn things on your own. I had to learn on my own um, what works and what doesn't work. Um, so when I was looking for more answers, when we had the whole, people seem to be, very afraid of December 21st of 2012. The whole joke of, are we going to be here on December 22nd of 2012? And obviously we were here. But there are probably many out there who thought this world was going to be gone. And, and honestly, I always felt a change coming. Part of me sometimes wished a big comet would hit this planet, because back then I just kind of lived in this state of kind of blah, feeling like I just didn't want to deal with everything anymore. You know, However, this is why I believe there are benevolent beings out there who are out there to help us. Um, when I was looking online and I first found out about what light workers were, I remember even seeing in 2013, I was really doing some searching because things just were not going good right then. There's a lot going on that, I felt just very lost. So I'm looking on YouTube and I find videos where people are talking about light workers and earth angels and, talking about aliens. I mean, and even my husband, he brings home a book by David Icke. I don't know if you know who David Icke is. He's the one who started talking about reptilians and talking about how our government's controlled by them and our whole world's controlled by them. And, my husband and I have always been searchers of the truth. He's gone through the same thing where he went to church where he grew up, and at first he was like me where we're just like, oh my gosh, God is real and we gotta save everybody. And then, but the problem was we kept finding a lot of jerks at church. I'm sorry. I'm not saying everyone who goes to church is mean, but we both found a lot of mean people. And we just don't want to, we just didn't want anything to do with those mean people anymore. So we started looking for other answers. And so I found out about Earth Angels, found out I was an Earth Angel. And I found out that you can channel. Or first of all, I just said, you can ask questions to the higher beings up there. And at first, I called them light beings, or some people were still calling them angels. So I'm like, okay, angels, whatever. And I started asking questions. I asked, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Because Earth Angels are told, they always knew they were here for a big purpose. They just don't know why. And they're really lost for a while. They don't know what they're supposed to do. And they're frustrated and they get angry and depressed and they get put on medication like I did because, I became depressed. And, that never helped me either, taking that medication. And I'm sure it doesn't help other people taking that medication either. So, anyway, I'm trying to write questions, and this is before I really knew what Pleiadians were. And my hand, it started writing answers, and the one thing I got was they said, "We are here." And I'm like, "Who are we?" And at first, I felt a lot of love through these messages, and I felt happy. And then my husband was so surprised. He's like, you mean you're actually getting someone to answer you? I'm like, yes, someone is answering me. And we were learning about our past, about people who we knew in our past who have the reptilian gene in them. And, again, I don't ever want to say anyone who has a reptilian gene in them is like evil, because they're not. But they, not just them, but a lot of us have been influenced by the reptilians and by the Greys, and we think like we're supposed to be going, to work on the weekdays and then going to church on Sundays, and we think we're supposed to do all this stuff. It isn't getting us anywhere. It's just keeping us in this little bubble, I guess. I don't know. So here's the downside to this. I, being very new to channeling and not getting, having still a lot of my past drama that I needed to get over, I started to doubt that I was talking to higher beings because, first of all, I had friends or whoever, people who I call friends and even family members, they're like, well, why would they talk to you? Who are you? And I said, well, that's a good question. Why would they talk to me? And because my doubt and fears came in, and it was a very fearful time at that time. I was facing a lot of financial issues, which has always kind of been an issue for me, I guess. And Also doubts about, are you grew up and in the schools that you had to go get special help because you had a learning disability. You're not even that smart, and why would higher beings want to even talk to you? You're not even, and there was all these lies and stuff. And that was my own ego coming out. That was my ego coming out. But unfortunately, I stopped channeling because I started writing bad messages. I started getting really bad stuff about, you know, the demons were going to come after me and all this stuff. And so I stopped doing it. And it wasn't again until this year where I felt safe enough again to channel, because now I know about the Pleiadians. And I now know there are beings out there who are here to help humanity evolve, and I know about the energy shift, and I've gone through my crap, and I've dealt with my ego. And even though sometimes my ego wants to creep in there, the other day I almost let my ego get to me again, that I wasn't really getting good messages. But I wrote down some notes so I wouldn't get celeste. This is how I felt. First of all, if there are, you know, if there are bad aliens out there, like the reptilians and the greys, if there are bad ones out there, there's got to be good. Because we can't have bad without good. It's not just us humans here and then a whole bunch of bad aliens. Okay? I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that we're all going to be victims of all these bad aliens. Okay? That's not how it works. I know I've lived other lifetimes. And if I've lived other lifetimes on this earth or other planets out there, then stuff said in the Bible that we live one life and then we die and go one place or the other, that's false. And also, I don't know if I've not talked too much about it, but I've listened to people like Cryon, who is a higher being. I believe he might also be a Pleiadian. Abraham Hicks. If you listened to the woman who channels Abraham, and then we have all these people who have channeled these beings who bring such wisdom to us. More wisdom than I ever learned on this planet from reading the Bible or anyone else's religion, like the stuff that I started to listen to, like, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense that I'm here for a purpose and not here. I mean, really, as long as I've known, people have come here and just worked, unless you were royalty, I guess, and you could just sit around in a castle all day. But if you're, if you were like a peasant in the old times, or, even now, really, you came to this planet to go to school for 12 plus years to learn a bunch of stuff that you forget anyway. Come on, let's be honest. You forget a lot of stuff you learned in school because you only needed to learn it to pass a test, and then after that, it was gone. And then you go out there and you work for 30 years somewhere, and then you retire, and you don't even have as much money as you had before, because retirement, you never, you don't have as much money when you're retired unless you saved or invested in something. And then you die, and then God says, hey, you were a good person and you worshiped me, you can come to heaven. Okay, so I mean, I guess it's the idea that you worked hard all your life and then you get eternal paradise. I don't know, but obviously if you've, lived more than one life, not just on this planet, but other places, there's got to be more out there. I guess that's what I'm getting to. So I channel with the confidence that there is something more out there. There has to be. That's it. So you can judge for yourself. So, like always, if you want, leave a comment down below with any thoughts. Please make it, be nice about it. I know I can't tell everyone to be nice because there are haters out there. Whatever, fine. But if you enjoyed this, like the video and share it. And you can follow me on Facebook. I put my link below. Other than that, I'm going to say have a great day. And keep searching for wisdom. Okay. Bye-bye.